Now, as President Trump says that he's in no rush for a deal, but a third U.S. carrier seems to be reaching the Middle East. 3 U.S. carriers who are now, marking their presence in the Middle East, and this is USS Bush that seems to have joined the Indian Ocean grid, USS Lincoln in Arabian Sea, and USS Ford in Northern Red Sea. And Srinjoy, this seems to be, as far as then, what could be the possible reason of intensifying when it comes to the U.S. naval presence in the Middle East?
This decision to move the Bush was taken a while ago. Naturally, it takes a long time for a carrier to move, along with the other destroyers and other warships that go with it. But for a while, the Gerald Ford had problems. It had fires and it had internal problems, which is why it had to go into the Mediterranean. And as a result, for refitting, for temporary refitting, which is why the George Herbert Walker Bush came in. So now, of course, the Gerald Ford is there, the Lincoln is there, and you have the Bush. That's 3 of the 11 American super carriers. That's a huge amount of firepower, because every aircraft carrier is 100,000 tons, which means that it has at least 60, 70 fighter bombers. And that is enormous amount of firepower, not to speak of all these cruise missiles, the Tomahawks, that these guided missile destroyers have. So there is a lot of firepower. There was a lot of firepower in any case, even before the Bush moved to these waters. But now the owners...
So these carriers and several guided missile destroyers that travel, it will bolster U.S. efforts to crack down on Iranian-linked ships as well. And that seems to be the very pressure tactics that they seems to be intensifying near the Iranian coast. But let's in the meantime talk about, as Srinjoy continues to be with us, power split within Iran. And that too across multiple sectors. That seems to be making decisions. And even when it comes to the decision-making attempt is also concerned, that appears to be complex. And this is exactly what President Trump has been talking about, a rift. On the religious side, the authority that rests with Mojtaba Khamenei, who represents the supreme leader's influence. Now, there is a political leadership as well that includes President Pezeshkian, Foreign Minister Arakchi, Speaker Ghalibaf, while on the military side, it is the IRGC, which is the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, that is led by Ahmad Wahidi, along with security officials like Mohammad Bagher, also playing a very decisive role. Now, together, these seems to be overlapping the power centers, making it difficult to pinpoint exactly who is calling the shots in Iran.